What's up everybody, Mike here. I made a lamb belly stroganoff. Ingredients for my lamb stroganoff are laid out before me. I have some of that leftover slow cooker lamb belly right here. I have some oyster mushrooms and some white button mushrooms, egg noodles, salt, pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, equal parts white wine and beef stock, equal parts butter, sour cream, and heavy cream, about 1/4 cup of freshly cut parsley, and 1/4 yellow onion that has been mediumly cut. Your ratios for the liquids here may vary depending upon how much you are going to make, but for me, I have about 1 cup each of the white wine and the beef stock, and 2 tablespoons each of the sour cream, heavy cream, and the butter. I'm gonna make this. You're gonna see it all next. All right, so to make my stroganoff, I have a little bit of my chilled rendered lamb fat that I'm gonna go ahead and start heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and put my heat onto high to get my water boiling. Then once this is melted and my pan is hot, I'm gonna start sauteing off my onions. You're gonna see that in just a minute. All right, my pan is hot, my water is not yet boiling. I put some salt in my water so that it's ready to go for my egg noodles over here. But for right now, what I'm gonna do is just put in and start sauteing down these onions. I'm gonna salt the onions, but not to taste, just to start getting some of that water out. I'm gonna salt to taste everything later as I am mixing in all of my cream, butter, and sour cream into the pasta with all of the mushrooms and the lamb after that has been sauteed off, which you're gonna see as I'm doing it. I'm getting some color on my onions and they are starting to get a little translucent. So now is when I wanna toss in my mushrooms. My mushrooms are starting to develop a little bit of color, but they aren't anywhere near done yet. So this is when I want to toss in my roughly chopped garlic. My water is at a complete boil. My mushrooms are starting to saute nicely. So what I'm gonna do right now is go in with my white wine and my beef stock. And we wanna let this to start to boil and reduce while we are also reheating that lamb belly. So go ahead and bring this up to a boil, start reducing everything down. And then in about 60 seconds or so, once this actually hits a boil, that's when I'm gonna toss in my egg noodles into the boiling water. So my sauce is boiling away and it is starting to reduce. You can see all of the steam that is coming off of that. And then I still have my pot of water that is boiling. I am now gonna go ahead and throw in my egg noodles into my salted boiling water. I'm gonna stir that to make sure that it doesn't stick, recover it to bring it up to a boil, and then this is gonna boil for about 3 or 4 minutes while this is reducing. And I'm gonna show you the combination of everything in a few minutes. My noodles are about halfway done. They still got about another minute or so in here. I'm gonna use this opportunity to stir in about 3/4 of my parsley, and I'm gonna save the rest just to go on top for a nice little fresh bit. But you can see just how thick and reduced this sauce is starting to get. So I'm going to cut the heat because it is going to retain a significant amount of this heat and still reduce down. So my parsley is stirred in. In just a minute, I'm going to strain out the pasta from my water here. I'm also going to season everything after I have assembled my final stroganoff. So you're going to see me use salt and pepper later in just a little bit. All right, my pasta is drained. Now it is time to assemble. I'm just going to scrape all of my lamb, mushroom, and sauce into my pan with my noodles. I'm then going to take my butter, sour cream, and heavy cream and get that in and just start stirring everything together so that it is nice and emulsified and well combined. I am doing this over a burner that is warm, but it is no longer powered, so that it can go ahead and cook through a little bit longer and have those noodles absorb some of this sauce. But now that this is combined, I just want to add in salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to plate it up and you're going to see what it looks like when it is finally done next. And that is how you make my lamb belly stroganoff. I really hope you make it. You can substitute the lamb for beef if you want to, but for right now, just look at my face.